Again, I'm going to be doing discontinued fragrances this entire week, and then at the end of the week, I'm going to be doing all of them in one video and letting you know comparable alternatives to them. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing one that is super popular among pretty much everybody. It is by the House of Paco Rabanne. It is 1 Million Prive. And so without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video and another discontinued fragrance. So, again, if you didn't tune into any of my other videos or the one yesterday about Polar Red Extreme, I am doing a week of discontinued fragrances. I usually don't like to cover discontinued fragrances on my channel, but I had a lot of questions about them lately going into fall, and the fact that I picked most of these up lately because I didn't get my hands on them or I needed a new bottle, which is the case with this one. And so going into this, I really was sad when this was discontinued. If anything, I was probably more sad than any of the other fragrances I'm going to be covering this week. 1 Million Prive by Paco Rabanne is what we are talking about. So before I get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, as well as if you like my video, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. Get that out of the way. So 1 Million Prive, it was discontinued, what, like 2 years ago? And as you can tell, the bottle, it's the smaller one. This is a smaller version. I got this for 60 bucks, I believe, on eBay a couple weeks ago. Instead of the gold bar, it's a bronze bar. It's an Eau de Parfum. It has this gold trim. It says 1 million and then Prive. It's a 50 ml. Has the brown juice. I actually like this bottle the best, not only the fragrance but the bottle itself. Because it's older, my atomizer kind of squeaks a bit, but overall it is a really beautiful fragrance. And honestly, if I was like the head of Paco Rabanne and I was sitting there and I'm like, hey, guess what? We just released one of the best fall designer fragrances of all time. It legit is being hyped up all around the fragrance community. We might not be selling much of it right now, but our advertising for it is actually trash. We're not advertising it the right way. So we should be advertising this as a fall and winter fragrance, which it is, and it reminds me of a ski resort. I don't know about the rest of you on the board, but for me it does. And I can tell you that I'm going to end up discontinuing it. And then we're going to replace it with other fragrances, like one that's like a florally fragrance that not that many people like, and the fragrance community is just like, nah. And then we're going to come out with another one, and we're never going to go back to that type of DNA that everybody loved. So that's what we do. And so honestly, Paco Rabanne to me is dumb for doing that. They did that in other lines too, like Invictus Aqua is super hyped. They got trashed that. But anyway, 1 Million Prive. I'm going to stop rambling, and tell you the note breakdown for this. So the top notes are cinnamon and blood mandarin. Mid notes are tobacco and myrrh. Base notes are tonka bean and patchouli. This has been hyped up by you guys. It's been hyped up by the fragrance community. I've talked about it a bunch. I didn't have a channel whenever the last time this could be worn. I started my channel in the beginning of spring, and this is a fall and wintertime fragrance. You cannot wear it outside of that. Also, it is more of a nighttime fragrance, but during the cooler months, you can wear it pretty much anytime. It reminds me of going on a ski trip. There's this place called Seven Springs around me that has an Oktoberfest, which I'm actually going to next week, which you guys might not get some videos from me after this week for a couple days because I'm going to be gone. Anyway, if you go up there, they have snow. It's cold. There's leaves everywhere. There is hot apple cider. There's liquor. There's beer. There's Oktoberfest. There's spices in the air, everything. This is what this reminds me of. And if there's any other fragrances that would remind you of this, they're going to be niche, because this is a niche quality designer. And I'm not kidding. It is that good. So when you first spray this on, the main notes that you do need to know through this fragrance, I already gave you the note breakdown, but if you want to simplify it, it's going to be cinnamon, tobacco, and vanilla, or tonka bean. It smells like a hot apple cider, or like a warm cinnamon cider or something like that. It is just very fall. It reminds me of just like a if you took cinnamon sticks and mashed them together with amber and stuff like that. That's really what you get in this fragrance. When you first spray it on, you do get hit with that cinnamon. You get some myrrh in there, and you get that blood orange. But the blood orange is really just like a background sweetener, and it's gone after about 5-10 minutes. And then that tobacco starts to come in, and then after about 15 minutes, you get that tonka bean coming in, giving it even more sweetness. It is sweet, it is resinous, it is heavy. Some people said to me that they didn't get that good of a performance out of it, so I'll get that out of the way. I have never, and I mean never, had any issues. I'm surprised when people say that to me. I get 7 to 8 hours easy. When do you need more than that with this type of fragrance? You don't. And not only that, it projects between moderate and above average for like ever. You get wafts of it in your face. It's not going to be one that fills a room, but if somebody is within a like 3-foot area of you for the whole entire fragrance, they're going to smell you. It kind of just like, it's there, and then after 7-8 hours, it just goes. But it's there the whole time, and I get it all the time, and I love it. So anyway, the orange dissipates quickly. Another note, patchouli, you hardly get any of that. It's like later down the line, you get a little bit of it. It never really feels earthy or anything like that. It just comes in, and it's sits there for a bit, and you can hardly notice it. Most people won't even be able to notice it's there. Because once you spray on a fragrance, for the most part, 4 hours down the road, you're not smelling yourself. So anyway, overall, this fragrance, you just need to know that there is this like stickiness, like an amber. There's that tonka bean giving it that sweetness. There's that tobacco, which is a sweet pipe tobacco. And then you also do get that cinnamon in there. All of them crawling together. The cinnamon is the heaviest note in this fragrance, but not really spicy. It's more of just like a sweet cinnamon. And it's a sweet everything. Sweet tobacco, sweet tonka bean, sweet cinnamon. If you don't like sweet fragrances, you won't like this. If you like things like Angel Share or Oajan or stuff like that come off like a warm apple pie or cinnamon or stuff like that, you will definitely like this fragrance. My wife loves it. My daughter loves it. It's fall. You can't wear it. If you live in like a warm climate like LA or something like that, it would be really hard to wear this fragrance, to be honest with you. I couldn't see myself wearing it over 60 degrees, maybe 65 degrees at the max. With that said, 1 Million Prive is a beautiful fragrance overall. If you haven't tried it, it is right now on eBay, I believe, for this size. It's about like $123, and for the big one, it's like $190. But if you're patient. So there's sites out there like Beauty Outlet and stuff like that. They bring them on at wholesale. And so I got this for the price it would have been if you would have bought it offline when it was available. So if you just keep paying attention to eBay, type it in once a day, every day, until you can find it for a good price. And that's the best way to do it, because it does come on there. I've seen it a bunch. And you can get it for $70, $60, and you'll have yourself a really nice discontinued fragrance. And if you end up not liking it, you can blind buy it. If you don't like it, then you can just sell it and get double what you paid for it back. But yeah, that is 1 Million Prive. I'm not going too heavy into these because this one especially doesn't really need to be overly examined. It's a nice, well-rounded fragrance that is sweet. It is like a cinnamon apple cider all the way through. Don't need to know much more about it. It is fantastic. 1 Million Prive by Paco Rabanne. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried this, if you own it, what you think of it, if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me. And again, I will be back with another discontinued fragrance tomorrow, so look forward to that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Peace.